Hi, my name is Luke McKenzie, coming to you from the Gambia. Welcome to African Success.
Hello and welcome to another day in paradise, and welcome to another edition of the Unapologetic Negropian. In today's video, I remember some 20 years ago, I went to the Netherlands and I went to do a deal with a young man, and this young man said something to me which was quite profound. I answered him in a way which even surprised myself. I spoke to him and everything was fine. I didn't know this man, by the way. I knew him through a friend of mine, and he said something alongst the lines of, "If you try to double trick me, I will you." And I said to him back, I said, "If you try to me, I'll you first." This is the truth. He actually said this, and I remember him chuckling. He said, and I said to him, I said, "You're only human." It's really weird that some people believe that they are somehow superhuman, that the laws of the world don't apply to them. They feel like they can say things and scare people and intimidate and bully people into doing the things that they want to do. And 90% of the time, they succeed. The only times they don't succeed is when they find a bully just like them. These old school tactics apparently are still being used. They're being used now in the Gambia to get people to rent houses that are unfit for purpose. And there is one person that I want to specifically talk about, because I know these types of people. I know these types of people very, very well. What we're going to speak about today is Luke McKenzie. I want to speak specifically about him because I know exactly how he works, and I want to let you guys know that you should not be doing business with him or with his COAD organization. So he is the topic of today, but first I'm going to ask you to please like, subscribe, share, click the bell notification, and please consider supporting the channel on our Patreon, link in the description. I'd also like to invite you to please follow the Oversight channel, the channel that is there to help you to invest on the African continent both safely and securely, link also in the description. So who is Luke McKenzie? Luke McKenzie is a British Jamaican, and he now lives in the Gambia. He's made his home in the Gambia for some years now because he was there before Blacksit was there. To say that Luke McKenzie and Blacksit are just alike, these two are two peas in a pod. They act the same way. They came to the Gambia for the same reasons, because they thought that they could tread on the sovereignty of the people of the Gambia. In fact, Luke has such a bad reputation that the local Gambians call him Luke the Toubab. Luke McKenzie has continued working in the shadows, one of the organizers of another African repatriation program company called COAD. You guys perhaps have already heard of COAD. It's another one of those repatriation programs. Guys, if I've told you once, I'll tell you again. You need to stay away from these programs. You need to do the homework yourself and do not go through them. They are just fronts. This is exactly how Luke McKenzie uses COAD himself. Luke McKenzie preys on those people who have just arrived in the Gambia, or those people who are planning to go to the Gambia. COAD is a magnificent front because people will contact COAD thinking it's some sort of NGO, some company that is there just to help people out, but they are not. What they do is they act like agents. Basically, you will contact COAD. You will tell COAD what you need in order to help facilitate your move to the Gambia. COAD will take your contact details and give it to Luke McKenzie. Luke McKenzie is running COAD, so it will go straight to Luke McKenzie. Luke McKenzie will then target you. This is the way he works. He is a real POS. Luke McKenzie is British Jamaican. He's from the same city that I'm from as well. He's from Birmingham, although I think that he's not from one of the nicer parts. He's not from Edgbaston or Harborne. This guy is from Erdington or something. He's from one of those I swear on my nan's graves type places, you know, the real parts of Birmingham, because it's these types of places that harbour people like Luke McKenzie. Found his way to the Gambia, and now he's employing the exact bully tactics that he has probably employed back in Birmingham, hence the reason why he had to leave in the first place. But what's important is the way he moves in the Gambia. It's important because even though I'm showing you video of him right now, it's unlikely that you will see his face unless he's really pushed into it. He works in the shadows and he does very well. Once he knows you're coming, he will get another local property agent to come and see you. He won't actually speak to you face to face. He doesn't need to do that anymore unless it's absolutely necessary. He will then show you the house. Luke will wait until you actually get to the Gambia before he hikes the price up by $1,500 to $2,000, and he does this regularly. Why? Because he knows once you have come to the Gambia, he knows your situation. You've given him all of your details already because you've given those details to COAD. So he will take advantage of that. He will push you into a corner where you'll have to accept that property, no matter how trashy or bad it is, no matter how much work needs to be done to it. What he'll do is he'll promise you that he'll do the work, but he won't do it. Once you have signed that contract, that's it. It's over, and he'll move on to his next victim. If you go to the house and you don't like it for whatever reason, then the property agent will contact Luke. This is the way it generally works. Once he contacts Luke, Luke will either call you up or he'll come and see you personally. And this is when he'll try and employ these bully tactics. Will resort to manipulation, sometimes borderline threats. And please remember, he knows that you're there. He knows that you're probably hemorrhaging money in some hotel. He knows that you want to spend this cash as soon as possible. So he has all this information and he'll use it to his advantage. Luke McKenzie is a real piece of work, really. I mean, this guy used to work with Blacksit, so that should tell you enough right there. I really don't understand where these people come from. I don't understand why they still think that this is London in the 1980s and these guys are the craze or something. You're not gangsters. This is somebody else's sovereign territory. You cannot treat people with disrespect, or else that disrespect will be brought back onto you and it's not going to work out well for you. So guys, it'd be really interesting to know whether anybody else out there has actually done any work with COAD or with Luke McKenzie. But really, this video is to put it out there to people who may be considering going through COAD in order to find out more information about repatriating to the Gambia. If you're thinking about it, don't. There are plenty of local agents who will do a much better job. What you need to do is you need to ask them specifically whether they are working with COAD or with Luke McKenzie. If they are, then make sure you turn the other way because they are not the right people to do business with. Luke works in the shadows. You will rarely see his face. He uses other agents as fronts so that he can get away with murder. I want more people to send me more information about Luke McKenzie and COAD. Have you ever had any bad experiences with COAD? Maybe you've had a good experience with COAD. Let me know in the comments section below, or please send me an email to tuntalks@gmail.com. That is tuntalks@gmail.com. So guys, that's all I got. So guys, that's all I've got time for today. I'd like to thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. I'd like to give an extra special thank you to my Patreons, and I'll see you in the next one. Until the next time, please think twice. Tara a bit. Okay, that's it. Done. Boom.